Listen, I'm not pushing divorce, but I am pushing decision. Not divorce, decision, because so many women stay in unhealthy relationships, in marriages, in connections, not because they want to, but because they've been told to. Yes, it's very real. Told by their mamas and their grandmas, their dads, their pastor, their friends, or even society. Told to stay because it's best financially, right? Told to stay because he's a good man. You just need to be patient. You just got to love him through it. But if we're real, like we always are here on this channel, just because someone has a good side doesn't mean they're good for you. Just because someone has a good side does not mean they're good for you. And before we go any further, let me make something crystal clear. I'm talking crystal clear. I am not pushing divorce. I'm pushing decision. There is a difference. Your decision, your love choice, your life. Because when you keep outsourcing your freedom to other people's opinions, you're not really living. You're surviving under their voice. And that's no way to survive. That's a trap. Like the same trap so many women fall into. The trap of staying because, well, you're afraid of what leaving might cost you financially. The cost of staying because you're afraid of disappointing the people who approve of your relationship. You're afraid of being alone, judged, or starting over again. I get it. But the people telling you to stay, they don't live in your body. They don't walk in your shoes. They don't carry the anxiety you wake up with on a daily basis. They don't hear the cruel words whispered in your ears. They don't feel the heartbreak of being unloved in your own home. They just don't. They only see the side that's convenient for them. Sounds selfish because it is. They see him smiling at the family barbecues, not the silence that greets you at night, the silent treatment. Sounds familiar? They see her praying in church every Sunday, but not the way she cuts you down in private, because this thing goes both ways. And so when they say, oh, stay, it's best for you, what they really mean is, well, stay because it's easier for us not to face your truth. That's what they really mean, if we're honest. And we always are. And that's not love. That's catastrophic advice. That's putting you in harm's way. Now, let's talk about the cost of staying, because it's very real. Every choice has a cost. And staying costs you peace. Staying costs you time. Staying costs you self-worth. Yes, leaving comes with unknowns like finances and logistics, the fear of starting over again. But staying in a place that destroys your spirit is the most expensive decision of all. Let me say it plainly. Let me say it another way. Money can be replaced. Your time cannot, and neither can your soul. And so the people telling you to stay for financial security rarely, or if any, or if ever, talk about the emotional bankruptcy that comes with staying. Seriously, what good is a roof over your head if every night you sleep next to someone who suffocates your joy? Think about that question. What good is financial stability if your children grow up thinking dysfunction is normal? There's no good in any of that. And I'm not preaching, I'm just being honest. And it's not safety either. It's a sacrifice in essence, and not the holy kind. But This is where I want to shift the focus because I don't want to be preaching. Because again, I'm not here to tell you to leave or to stay. I'm not here to hand you an answer. What I am here to say is make a decision that is yours, not your mama's, your daddy's, your aunties, not your best friends, not your pastors, yours. Because when you live in indecision, you stay trapped, something I teach every week. You're caught in limbo. And limbo will drain the life out of you faster than anything else. I promise you it will. So here's the truth that you're not going to hear people say. You won't hear them say it, I promise. Indecision is a decision. And if you stay because you're too afraid to choose, you've already chosen. You've chosen to let fear drive your life. But when you make a decision, whether it's to stay and fight for the relationship or to leave and start over again, you reclaim your power. You reclaim your voice. Even if you think it's small, you reclaim it. And so I want you to pause for a moment and ask yourself, who am I staying for? What am I really afraid of losing? And if I keep living this way for another 5, 10 years, what will it cost me? I know those aren't easy questions, but they're necessary because freedom starts with honesty, always. Always. And honesty matters. Listen, I have seen too many women delay their healing, delay their joy, delay their future because they were waiting for permission. I don't want that to be you. They were waiting for someone to tell them it's okay to leave, waiting for someone to confirm what they already know on the inside. This isn't working and won't work. Hard words to hear, but they're so true. And another truth that I want you to remember, you don't need permission to choose peace, right? You don't need permission to protect your sanity. You don't need permission to step outside of survival and into freedom. You don't need permission, but you do need courage. And courage starts with decision. That is so good. So hear me when I say this. I'm not pushing divorce. I'm not. I'm not pushing walking away. I'm not. I'm pushing decision because your healing can't begin until you decide. Your growth won't start until you decide. Your freedom will never come until you decide. And the people who love you may not understand. They may even resist the change, but they don't have to live your life. You do. So think about that. So I believe my last question for you is, what decision is your soul begging you to make? Think about that. Sit with that. Pray on it. Journal about it. And then be bold enough to choose. You have to decide. Because at the end of the day, it's not about divorce. It's not about leaving. It's not about staying. It's about deciding to live the life that doesn't destroy you. That's what it's about. That's where healing begins. That's where freedom is found. And that's what you deserve. So, if this message spoke to you, which I know it did, don't just click away. Take a moment, breathe, and reflect on it. What decisions you've been putting off. Reflect on what decisions, you've been putting off. And if you want more real conversations like this, about healing and freedom and choosing yourself, make sure you subscribe, like the video. My goodness, like the video, and share it with someone who needs the reminder. I know you know someone, sadly. I don't want you to know somebody, but most of the times we know people that know people who know people. Okay, I am Katie Gates, and this is the place where I help women like you and me become the best people that we can be. If that is your vibe, subscribe to this channel. Do it right now. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I drop a new hot video like this one. Okay, I love you and God loves you. And yes, you are enough. There's absolutely nothing or no one on this earth that can change that. Bye.